Welcome back to Business Intelligence. I'm Nassar, and this is part 2 of our Tableau training series. And today we're going to start off by exploring Tableau and building the very first bar chart visual. Before we get started, let's take a look at our Superstore dashboard that we're going to be building together. Now we're going to start off by building our worksheet here, our dashboard. The first worksheet will be this one here, the sales and profit. Today's part, we'll be doing the sales portion with the bar chart. Let's take a look at where we left off last time. So we have our data set here on the left-hand side, our different files, customers, orders, products, and regions. Above the lines are dimension, below are measures. What's the difference? Our categories or anything that is non-numeric. On the bottom are numeric values for the most part, anything that you can use for calculation. Above the line and below the line, dimensions and measures. Now on the right hand side here is your worksheet pane. There are 4 main areas you need to take into account here. The columns and the rows, or your X and Y axis. The mark type, which are your type of charts that you want to build. And your mark cards, where you can change the color, size, text, tooltips, and details. The first thing we want to do is bring in our date or order date into the x-axis. And we're going to do that one of 2 ways. One is by double clicking and Tableau will put it in the columns on its own. Or we could drag and drop. It drags it and assigns it a year aggregate, okay, with a blue pill. Now, when you click on the drop down, you can change it to a month, quarter, day. You also have options at the bottom. If I do the month at the top, it's blue. On the bottom, it is green. The difference is continuous versus discrete. Green is a continuous pill and a continuous date type, whereas the blue is a discrete. Discrete separates the dates, whereas continuous is a continuous time frame with no separation. When you select the month on continuous, you will see everything from 2015 to 2020 grouped by month on the blue pill. All the years are combined into one, and it'll only separate the data or the dates by month. Let's keep it on a blue pill for now, and let's bring in our sales. So we want to bring the sales into the rows, and it creates an automatic line chart for us. If we wanted to change this to a bar, we can go to the marks, change it to a bar. Now, we have our bar chart, we hover over, and we have what's called tooltips on the bars. We want to change and want to add the years in here. So I'm going to change this to a continuous month where you have the years, but I want to have some separation in between because I want to see the years at the bottom. You don't see them labeled there. You will see them called out in the tooltips. I can do is click on the drop down, and you have an option to change it to a discrete while still keeping the month and the year. Now you'll see the labeling correctly at the bottom. Now I want to shorten the month and the year. Let's suppose I want a 3-digit or 3-letter month and 2-digit year. You have options here to now click and format. When you do that, you have a formatting pane where you have the header and the pane. The header is your axis, the pane is the bar. So I want to change the date in my header. You have different options available here, customize, and I will do a 3-digit month, MMM, space, 2-digit year. And you see the month and the year here now shortened for you. You have options here now to change the color. So you have mark cards where you can change the color, size. You know, I wouldn't play around with this too much, but you can make it smaller or bigger, however you see fit. But let's just keep it at the default for now. You have other color options that you can play around with. Let's do a gray color here. And on your axis, you can, on this y-axis, you have formatting options here as well. And I'm going to change this to a currency, right? Right now you see 19 million, 12 million, 14, 16. But I want to change this to a currency, 0 decimal places, and in millions of dollars. Good, now we can change the name of the worksheet, and we'll call this sales. When we do that, you'll see the title of this worksheet also changes. But there you have it, very simple, a very first bar chart. Now all you have to do now is make sure you're saving this When you're saving, you need to again click on File, Save to Tableau Public As. Now everything here is saved online to your Tableau Public profile. So you need to remember that not to use any sensitive data that you're not willing to share, because people have the ability to download your workbook and see your data. So we're going to save this to Tableau Public As, and what you'll need to do here is now sign in to your Tableau Public profile. After you have signed in, it will ask you to select a title for your workbook. When you click on the drop down, you may see your other titles, but I would like to change this. I would like to name this Superstore Dashboard YouTube, and you can call it whatever you like. And now this will be saved on your Tableau Public profile. You'll see it saving, and it will then open up after it's done, it will open up your website and show you your saved worksheet. There you have it. It is now saved in a Tableau Public profile. You'll see your profile name here. And what you can do now is, next time if you want to open it, you just have to come here and click on download, and you can then download the Tableau workbook and it'll open it for you in Tableau Public. So there you have it, our very first visual. We created a bar chart, very simple, very easy, navigated through some key areas and building out your first visual. So next we're ready to go and start building a line chart and a dual axis with some calculated fields. You'll find all the key links to the Superstore Dashboard, the dataset, and how to download Tableau in the description below. If you have missed anything, please watch previous part 1. If not, I'll see you in part 3, and please remember to like and subscribe.